Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over a potential wildcard draft for Game Week 31. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what are your FPL plans for Game Week 31, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's go over the goalkeepers and the defenders. I just want to make this adamantly clear that this is a wildcard draft if you still have your free hit in play, because a lot of these players are going to be blanking in Game Week 34. The whole point of this kind of chip strategy is that you're wildcarding this week, you maybe triple captain next week, you bench boost in 33, and then of course you free hit in 34. If you don't have your free hit, probably wouldn't go with this wildcard draft because you're going to barely have anybody playing in Game Week 34. Anyway, though, goalkeepers and defenders. So in goal, we do have Raya and Martinez, just two solid goalkeepers, both going to be doubling, both blanking in 34. But of course, if you are bench boosting in 33, you're going to get 4 fixtures from these two goalkeepers. The Aston Villa fixtures aren't great, like Newcastle at home, City away aren't ideal, but it's still extra fixtures, it's still extra points to be made. Raya is going to be your main goalkeeper anyway. I mean, you could probably play Martinez in Game Week 32, who's got Southampton away, over Raya, who's got Brentford at home, because you'd like to think the clean sheet odds are higher in Villa's favour that week. But yeah, for the double, just have them both with the bench boost. And then you're probably just going to be playing Raya anyway most weeks. I mean, Everton away, Forest at home, they're both quite tricky fixtures. So that is just kind of a flip of a coin which way you go in regards to your starting goalkeeper. And then again, Bournemouth, Fulham in Game Week 35, another quite tough one to choose. Raya is part of the better defense, even though Gabriel is now out, most likely for the rest of the season. The reports are not looking good for the Brazilian defender. So again, another kind of spanner in the works there for Arsenal's season. But those are the two goalkeepers. I don't really know who else you'd go with. Potentially, you'd go with maybe a Dean Henderson, because obviously he's doubling in 32 and 33. But obviously, if you already have 3 outfield Crystal Palace players, then you can't go for him. So those are the goalkeepers. And then at the back, we've got Konza, who's got Forest at home, Saliba, who's got Everton away, Munoz, who's got Brighton at home, Gvardiol, who's got Man United away, and then Livramento, who's got Leicester away. So Konza looks pretty secure for the 90 minutes in that defensive role. He has played 90 quite a few times now in a row, so I'm not really too worried about him getting rotated out. Saliba comes in for Gabriel because, as I say, Gabriel's pretty much out for the remainder of the season. So Saliba's the next best defender in my opinion. You could go with maybe Kiwi or something like that, but at the end of the day, you want that definite defender playing instead of potential rotation woes and stuff like that. So that's why Saliba comes in. Saliba's solid anyway. He scored, I think, a couple this season regardless. So his aerial threat wasn't as good as Gabriel. And it's a bit annoying, like, as soon as Saka comes back, who can provide those corners that Gabriel loves, Gabriel then goes and gets like the exact same injury, goes and pulls his hamstring. So it's just really, it's just Murphy's Law, really. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But we've gone Saliba. Munoz comes in. Again, the fixtures aren't incredible from a defensive standpoint for Crystal Palace. They've got City away, Arsenal away, Newcastle away, Bournemouth at home. Some really tricky fixtures, but again, Munoz is mainly in there for the attacking returns, not in there for the clean sheets. And back-to-back doubles, you kind of have to have triple Palace because it's back-to-back doubles. Like, that's just such a good time to obviously have Crystal Palace players. Also, playing Glasner as well on assistant manager if you're not using this chip strategy. Very good player because obviously you get 4 fixtures out of him. Gvardiol with Man United away. Again, probably the only City defender I'd go anywhere near. The City fixtures aren't incredible. Like, they've got United away, which I think they will concede in. Crystal Palace at home, they could concede in. And then they've got a double with Everton away and Villa at home. 2 games they could concede in. So yeah, City has been all over the place this season. We'll have to see how they get on in the double and stuff, but I think Gvardiol is just the best option to really have from that back line. And then Livramento with Leicester away. Could be Dan Burn, but of course, just remember that Dan Burn is on a couple of yellows away from another suspension. Livramento does have a slight higher attacking threat. Of course, on corners, Dan Burn has that attacking threat. But yeah, just kind of wing play and stuff. Definitely would go Livramento. But that is the back line that I've gone with. Pretty template, pretty common of what you're going to see on most Game Week 31 wildcard drafts. But either way, those are the goalkeepers and the defenders. Coming up next, let's take a look at the midfield. We have Saka, who's got Everton away, Morgan Rogers, who's got Forest at home, Salah with Fulham away, Jacob Murphy with Leicester away, and then Eze with Brighton at home. I do still prefer Gordon to Jacob Murphy, but the information that came out from the press conference today isn't super positive. He said that he hasn't fully trained with the squad yet, and he's still got like that knock that he's not 100% shaken off yet. So Murphy, I just think, is probably the better player to go with, because if Gordon misses the double in 32, then he's just going to be like a pointless transfer. So I would definitely just go Jacob Murphy, just because it's just the safer option. So yeah, that's why I'd go Murphy. Eze over Saar, again, that's just a coin flip as well. You could go either or. I do like Eze because he's on set pieces. He is a little bit more money, but he is, I think he's got that slight higher attacking threat over the last couple of game weeks. Again, it's up to you, whoever you go with. They're both really good options for that Palace midfield spot. Mo Salah comes into the squad as well. Was very quiet against Everton, but I think that's just because Everton played with a very low block, and they're very difficult to break down. But I think he's still going to be fine. Maybe not the best captaincy options going forward, obviously over game week 32, 33, when teams are going to be doubling. But as of right now, he's still, I think, has got to be in the team just because of the season that he is having. Rodgers comes into the squad as well. Could go Marcus Rashford if you wanted to, but with the minutes and stuff, I just prefer Rodgers. Did come out with like a 10-point haul as well in the last game week. He's got Forest at home this week, which isn't the most ideal fixture. But then, of course, he's got Southampton away, which is really nice. And then he's got that double in 33, which, again, not the greatest double for Villa, but you know, it's still plenty of points on the cards there for him. And then Saka comes into the squad as well. Should be starting game week 31. I'd be very surprised if he didn't. Came on, scored a goal, and now Everton away, Brentford home, and then a double coming up as well. Very much triple captain worthy in game week 33 if you do not have your bench boost anymore. But yeah, that is the midfield there. Pretty strong midfield, quite like it. Might need a couple of changes, which we'll go over at the end of the video. But as of right now, those are the midfielders for the Game Week 31 wildcard. And then finishing things off, the strikers are as follows. Mateta with Brighton at home, Isak with Leicester away, and then Marmoush with Man United away as well. So Mateta getting that early sub wasn't ideal, but I think he's just kind of getting back to the swing of things with that concussion injury. So should be fine going forward. I wouldn't really go with any other kind of Palace attackers. I mean, you could go Munoz, Saar, and Eze, but that does take up 2 midfielder spots. Whereas Mateta, he's solid. I mean, he's on penalties and stuff. We just need his minutes to go up a little bit, which they should. He should be fine, especially for when the doubles kind of roll around as well. Isak with Leicester away. Still not unsure about the extent of his groin injury. I think he's going to get assessed today and see what he's like. Hopefully plays, because that is a player that is going to be he's just going to be so useful for game week 32. I mean, everybody owns him anyway, but at the end of the day, he's just such a solid player to have. And then Marmoush as well with that double coming up. Haaland out for pretty much the rest of the season. Marmoush is just like he has to be in every single draft because he's so cheap, and he's just such a good way into that City lineup. So yeah, I mean, this is the wildcard draft. It's got triple Villa, triple Arsenal, triple Palace, triple Newcastle, only double City. But the only way to get triple City is if you get rid of Salah, which I just don't really think is worth it. So you're really attacking the doubles with this, which is obviously what the point of the wildcard draft is, to really just pick up as many points as you possibly can. The only thing that I potentially could change is I'd maybe change like the Saliba and Murphy around. So instead of Saliba, I'd go with somebody like maybe Dan Burn and go double Newcastle defense. And then in that midfield spot, you could go double Arsenal attack and go for Moreno. He's only 6 mil. He's been playing 90 minutes constantly. I don't know how far the other Arsenal kind of attackers are close to being back. You Gabriel Jesus, you Havertz and stuff. But haven't heard anything about them in the press conference, so I assume they're still out. But yeah, I mean, his numbers are very good, and he's playing 90 minutes in that Arsenal lineup. So he's a very cheap way into that Arsenal attack. If you wanted to go double Arsenal attack and then one defender, that's just a way into it. So either double Newcastle defense or double Arsenal defense, and then obviously either Moreno, Murphy, or Gordon. I mean, you could go Gordon if you want, but it's very much just kind of chancing it. That's what I did on my wild card. Kind of backfired because it doesn't look like he's going to be okay for game week 31. So that's just another mess that I've got to deal with. But yeah, this is why game week 31 was probably the right option, because you're just getting a lot more information. And I mean, there's been a lot of injuries in game week 30, which obviously isn't ideal, because like if Isak's out and you're on game week 31 wildcard, depending on the severity of the injury, you're probably not going to go him. It's just stuff like that. So there's been a lot of injuries in Game Week 30, but it is what it is. It's just how the game is played. So that is the Game Week 31 wildcard. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like down below. Leave a comment. What are your FPL plans for Game Week 31? Are you activating your wildcard or not? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. That's everything from me. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.